ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 31 of the Game Time Gents podcast. It is myself, Nardi, here as always with Fish and Zoltowski. And this week, we have another very special guest. We have Harv, aka BeardAndTheHair. I met Harv through Twitch just over 4 years ago, it feels like. And with Harv being our third guest, the podcast has officially gone international. Harv is a Canadian.
Wait, this is the first time. This is the first time that you guys have somebody that is not from America on your guys' podcast.
Yep, our first guest was Tony. He went to high school. Yeah, he went to high school with Fish and I, and then second guest was Robo, and he's in LA, and then
he's in LA. Yeah,
you're the first international guest, so
let's go. We're breaking barriers, guys. We're breaking barriers.
Breaking barriers. All right, so on today's show we have a little bit of news for sports, and then we also have an interview with a streamer, which is BeardAndTheHair, and then we also have a game. Harv is a big hockey guy. Zoltowski is as well. Zoltowski was just at the
Blue Jackets.
The Blue Jackets game last night.
I'm sorry.
So I grew up a half hour outside Detroit. I'm a Detroit fan, but I live an hour from Columbus. Okay. So hockey's hockey, and I did get to see Detroit play twice this year. I did go to the Stadium Series, which was really cool. Nice. And then they played the Blue Jackets at home. So, can't beat it.
As long as you can go watch some hockey. So, because I know Columbus is supposed to have a good hockey culture out there.
Yeah,
I feel like they have a lot of good. They got some good players. They attract some good players, and I feel like they got some good hockey culture.
Yeah, no, the atmosphere in that arena is wonderful. The whole, firing the cannon after their goals, all that. A lot of young guys on that squad. Big struggle last night was Elvis being out, Jet pulling up Jet Greaves, which, by the way, what a name. First name Jet.
Jet, yeah.
But
they've also had some tough time with Gaudreau passing and all that kind of stuff too for the last year or so. So it's been tough for that team.
Yeah. Columbus is just a good sports town, right, Zoltowski?
It's an all right sports town. They got a really fun and on the upswing professional team out there.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I heard the soccer is pretty good out there too.
Yeah, they were MLS champs a couple years ago, I think.
The stadium looks really nice, and I'd like to go out there for a game.
Yeah. I've been to the stadium. Stadium was nice. It was good.
You been the new one?
Yeah, when they saw when Inter Miami came in, a buddy of mine had tickets, so me and him went up there.
Nice.
Sat in their section, but it was really tough not to cheer for Messi. And watching Suarez and stuff score. And you're just like, holy shit, look at this guy dribble, and he's 20 feet in front of you, and you're like, yeah, and everybody, you're like, oh, wait, whoa. That guy stinks.
Is Suarez and Messi on Inter Miami?
Yeah, so you remember back in the day with Barcelona when they had MSN, when they had Messi, Suarez, and Neymar? So Messi came over here originally with Sergio Busquets, little Busquets. And then Jordi Alba came over, and then they just signed Suarez, I think, last year. And everybody was kind of hoping that Neymar, he's kind of getting older. He's not as old as those guys, but I think he's about 33. And you're like, it'd be cool to get MSN over here in the States. But, unfortunately, he went back to his boyhood club, which is good for him. But
I feel like when it comes to MLS for these guys, it's like a beer league for them. Like, we're just out here just playing some soccer.
It literally is. It literally is. You watch these guys warm up, and you're like, okay, they're the Americans. They're missing a couple passes. And then you see Messi and the Europeans, and you're like, that's just not fair what they're doing. They're walking and nutmegging everyone left, and it's just it's different. It's a different breed. So
yeah, we have two pretty good soccer teams in Ohio now, FC Cincinnati and then Columbus Crew. So I know Fish has seen both of them play. I hope to go see the FC Cincinnati play at least once. That stadium's relatively new as well.
I'm down. Lock it in.
Let's go to a game this year.
Let's go.
Because they got a new. It looks like their forwards. We're talking with Tony a couple weeks ago. Their forwards got revamped. So it looks like a whole dynamic of a team. So it looks. We could wait till New York, somebody comes into town, or even see that rivalry against Columbus and them. But it's definitely a fun little thing there. That's for sure.
The hell is real game.
Oh, yeah, because Vancouver, because so I live on the West Coast. I'm from Vancouver, and so we have a team here too that I haven't went to go watch their game. I kind of want to go watch it at some point. We have the Whitecaps out here, and right now apparently they're doing really well. So maybe that's the thing.
Get them while they're good.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've only been good maybe a couple of times since I've moved out here. So, yeah.
And
Then you got the Canucks too. Don't forget about the Canucks.
Okay, so when it comes to hockey, I don't like the Vancouver Canucks because I grew up. So I'm not originally from Vancouver. I'm from up north in British Columbia.
Okay.
But all my friends, they're all Canucks fans, and I started to cheer for them to lose a lot because I just wanted to be the other person in the room. But my team growing up was New Jersey Devils. That's my favorite.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
It comes to hockey. Because Brodeur was my favorite player.
Oh, dude, same.
Dude.
Yeah.
And him and
Mark Brodeur was sick, man.
And then don't forget Scott Stevens, man.
Yeah, Scott Stevens.
That man was
that
animal.
era of New Jersey hockey was like I grew up with that kind of stuff. And when I used to play road hockey, I used to be goalie as well. So like that was kind of like who, you in Canada you try to imitate these guys, right? So like yeah, so that team was one of my favorite teams. So and I'm watching New Jersey hockey this year. I'm really, really enjoying what I'm seeing. They were injured last year, which kind of sucked, but this year they're doing really well again. So it's kind of nice to see. But yeah, I was never a Vancouver fan, and when they lost in 2011, I was really happy. But then I was really sad because now I'm kind of sad for them because they never went back there. They've never gotten close. After 2011, they just died. That team completely just died.
It's been so long since any Canadian team has won the cup, and it's
Isn't
Edmonton came so close.
Yeah, they did.
Isn't that who you watched the Jackets play last night?
Yeah. Actually, they played the Devils last night.
Yeah.
Because I took Jeff with me because he's a big Devils fan too.
Nice.
So, yep. And then I got tickets against the Canucks actually next Friday, and then my last game is against the Capitals. So I'm hoping. Yes. I'm hoping.
If it happens that game, that's crazy.
I'll cry. Yeah. I'll cry. Like that is insane.
He's got to be like what 6 goals away now at this point.
I think he's still 8. He's 8 goals away. Yeah. So it's like really tight window. I just need him to not score every game.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is it's probably going to happen in Columbus, whether it's in Columbus or at home, because it's back to back. They play Columbus back to back.
Oh, it's a home and home. Okay.
Yep, it's a home and home.
Yeah.
That'll lead us into our first piece of news.
Yes. So actually, I did want to talk about the goal chase. I've seen, and we just mentioned it. He's 8 goals away from breaking Gretzky's record, which is 894. Most goals scored all time in NHL career. Now I've seen a few debates start, just like the MJ LeBron debate. Once Ovi, if he breaks his record, is he the best one to ever do it? And personally, absolutely not. I mean, just from a point standpoint alone.
No,
and I'm like,
when it comes to goals, sure, like maybe.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to an all-around player, I think Gretzky is one of the most untouchable players that you could possibly have in sports.
Yep.
Because like his goals aren't like the big thing. He's got 894 goals, which is amazing. But he's got like 1,600 like assists.
He's got 1,000. I have his stats pulled up. I'm not doing this off of memory, but it's 1,963 assists. Total points at 2,857. Now Ovechkin just passed the 1,600 mark, so you're still looking at a 1,200 point difference. Yeah. And the other crazy thing is, I think Ovechkin's up to 1,478 games now. Gretzky only played 1,487. So there was I remember seeing it. We were talking about, he was like 10 goals away, and there was a 10 game difference. And that point total, I mean, is insane. He was a playmaker. Like, that was his thing. Like, yeah, he could score, but he knew where to put the puck so other guys could score. That was his big thing.
Gretzky is the person closest to Gretzky, I think, right now, if you would look at a player, is Connor McDavid. Like, he is the closest person to him because he is also an assist person. He sets people up. The only reason Hyman had like a whole season that he had that one year is because of McDavid. There's the only reason he scored like 60 goals. So like you have this player that it can pretty much make. He's like it's like what happened to Crosby and Kunitz way back. It's like the only reason Kunitz got as many points as he did is because Crosby was on his line. You have these players that can make these plays and that can kind of change the dynamic of the game and make other players excel. Ovechkin's not like that. You put him in that one spot on the power
top of the circle.
Yeah,
top of the circle.
He's like like what Stamkos does. He will score his goals there, right? And so like I don't think there's a comparison when it comes to the two players. I'm just really more impressed with Ovechkin that he can do that at his age that he is right now.
Yeah, he's 39.
Yeah,
so he's up there.
I feel like hockey players play forever.
I mean, Yager, I think he's still playing in some league in Russia or something, but that man played till he'll play till he's dead. Like he will probably die in a locker room somewhere.
But there's two kinds of players, right? There's like the players that have that longevity. It's like LeBron James. He's 40 now, right? And he's still playing. Like it's kind of wild, but I think he's a freak of nature, so that's kind of a different thing.
100%.
But like like some players do, but there's players that like I don't know if you guys know who Patrice Bergeron is.
Yep.
That played for Boston. Like these players, they play for a long time, but they will play through everything as long as they can play. Because like I think Patrice Bergeron when they won the cup. Or when they lost in the finals, I think it was when they lost one. He was playing with a punctured lung the entire last series.
Jesus.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. And I think it was a broken foot too, or at least a hairline fracture on his foot.
Yeah, and then I mean you've seen the stories. I think it was maybe the Stars. One of the players he had underwent cardiac arrest. They had to revive him on the bench. He's in the locker room. He's like, "Hey, am I good to go back out? Like, can I go play?" And I'm like, "You died." Like you literally died 20 minutes ago. Like let's get it checked out first.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up playing hockey, and it was always the never let them know you're hurt. And that's what it was. You play through the pain, and it is a little bit easier to do that. I think on the ice, especially because when it comes to like football or soccer, or even basketball, you are connected to the earth. Like whereas you have that little bit, you have your skates, you have that little bit of leeway. A little bit more gear on, so you get a little bit less of an impact. But yeah, these guys that play for a long time, I mean, I can only imagine what their bodies are like.
Yeah, I can just imagine the wear and tear that's going on. Like, I understand. Like, yeah, you have that little bit when you're skating and stuff, but like when it comes to playoff hockey, that's a completely different beast.
It's
right.
The greatest show ever.
Yeah. You're finishing up checks. People are getting hit all the time. And it's a whole different beast compared to regular season.
I feel like you see almost more fights in the playoffs too. Like that was the one thing I noticed going to games this year is we've seen them get chippy and all that after the whistle. I've never in the 13 games I've gone to this year. Now, granted, that's not it's a good chunk, but it's about the eighth of the season. I've never once seen a fight. I've never once seen them drop the gloves.
Oh, in the regular season games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even like the thing about playoff hockey, though, the main difference is that's where rivalries start, right? Yep. This is where like especially on the East Coast when you have like Toronto versus Tampa Bay, they've seen each other in the playoffs in the first round at least 3 times in a row at this point. Toronto Boston's a big one as well. Like
and then you got Florida Boston now too.
Florida Boston as well.
The fact that they sent Marchand there is wild. I can't wait to see.
I never thought that would ever gonna happen. I thought
he was gonna retire a Bruin. He'll retire a Bruin, but I thought he would play for them his entire carear. And I saw that news come across my phone, and I was like, "What? What did I just read?" Like it's Brad Marchand. He played, yellow, black, and white. That's what he wears.
Yeah.
So, which that leads actually right into the next topic I wanted to talk about was the NHL playoff push. So we're getting down to the wire here, and the East. You've got a really, really tight race there for that last wild card spot. So you've got the Rangers at 72 points, the Canadiens at 71, the Jackets and the Wings both at 70, and then the Bruins right there at 69. So I'm interested to see who's going to... I hope the Jackets get there or the Wings, preferably the Wings, but I'd buy tickets to the Jackets game because Ottawa would have to lose, and Ullmark's been playing very, very well. They're at 77 with that first wild card spot.
They have 77 and they have 2 games at hand, so I don't see them kind of losing that spot. I think unless they have like you said, if Ullmark catastrophically has a bad rest of his season, I think they'll be fine. But it is that one spot. It's going to be the New York Canadiens, Blue Jackets, and Red Wings now at this point.
Yeah.
I would probably put Boston in there too, because Boston is Boston. They always kind of pull through.
Yep, they find a way to sneak in there.
Yeah, I think that's where I would probably cut it off. But yeah, you look at I'm looking at the standings right now. I'm looking at the discrepancy between the New York Rangers. I'm looking at goal differential between all these teams. It is crazy how much of a difference there is.
Yeah.
Like New York has a 0 goal differential, so they've been scored on, and they've had the same amount of goals scored on and goals for. You look at the next team with the Canadians, with their 1 point behind, they have 19 goals against. Like, we're looking at the teams that are going for that last wildcard spot, probably not even in any kind of position to even make a deep run, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the reason I love the NHL playoffs, this is compared to every other sport, is that any team can win in this league because salary cap is a thing, and they can't make like these super teams or anything like that, and it just makes it so much more exciting to watch.
100% agree with you on that one. I mean, I remember when I think it was their first year, Vegas, expansion team, and they made it all the way to the cup. And I thought they were going to win it all. I really did.
I mean, they did the next year, I think, right?
It was the next year, or year after. It was really early in their tenure. Yeah. And they're sitting first in the Pacific right now at 86 points, so they're in the playoffs again. That was the team that was just drafted. That expansion draft went really, really well for them. I know they had Fleury back there, and he still had some gas left in the tank. I don't know why Pittsburgh ever got rid of him. And I think he's on the Wild now. I think it's his last go around.
It's his last go around. Yep, this is his last year.
I'm gonna miss him thanking the posts. That's my favorite thing to see.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of a bittersweet for him to go to Montreal because he's from Montreal. Yeah, and when he was there for the last time, like you could tell, like, oh man, it hit him hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. And then over in the West, you've got the Canucks, the Blues, the Flames, and Utah actually in there. Another new expansion. I don't know really if they're expansion team or more of a move because we lost Phoenix this year, which RIP to the Coyotes logo. Best logo I think I've ever seen. But that one, I mean, you've got Vancouver and St. Louis tied at 73, and then Calgary and Utah right there, both at 71. But going back to what you talked about, that goal differential, the Canucks minus 18, and then the Blues right behind them at 0.
Yeah.
And then the Flames 2 points behind at negative 25.
Negative 25.
And then Utah at negative 8.
The thing about, I know playoff hockey, everything tightens up, right? So there's not many goals in playoff hockey. They play defense a lot more. They try to kind of clog up all the neutral zone. They like to be man on man. So there's not going to be many goals. The problem that I see with a lot of these teams, like the Canucks, for example, their goaltending is pretty much in shambles right now. Right, Demko is out. Demko keeps getting injured. They don't know what their second string person is going to be. The problem with them going forward is Demko keeps getting injured. He can't string an entire season together. So I don't know what they're going to do when an off season comes into play. The Flames are. I feel like they're a very streaky team. They do well and then they don't do well and then they do well and then they don't do well. I think the same thing's gonna happen in the West. This last spot is probably not gonna really kind of pan out too much because you would have to face Vegas as your first team to face.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, you're either gonna get swept or you're gonna be down 4-1. You're gonna lose 4-1 against this team. Yeah, because I want Edmonton to take. My favorite right now is either Edmonton or Winnipeg. But the problem with Winnipeg is that if playoff Hellebuyck comes in, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because that guy apparently just sucks in the playoffs. I don't know what happens to him. He's
he gets the yips.
Yeah, he gets the yips. He's number one goalie in all the regular season. This has happened twice now. And then once he gets the playoffs, this guy gets fucking lit up. Just lit up.
The disease across all sports. The yips.
Yeah, the yips.
The yips. The Lions got the yips this year.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
The yips and injury bug.
Oh god, that injury bug was out strong. But yeah, I think you're right. The only thing I could see is if Columbus sneaks in. That team, like I said, this is a young team, and if Elvis can play well, now he was out last night and the night in the last game for personal reasons, and I think if he doesn't come back in a timely manner, that's going to cost them that spot. They're the same condition that the Canucks are in. Their goaltending. It's Elvis, and then they pulled Jet up from the AHL. The last time he played was January.
Yeah.
So they just don't have that depth there.
But at least Elvis, he's a known commodity, right?
Yep.
He's a good goalie. I am happy that he's doing well there because I know he wanted a trade out of Columbus at some point. He was asking for a trade out. So I'm happy that he's actually got his footing there, and they're actually, they're a good team this year. Which is, like,
and the fans love him.
Yeah.
So,
but it's just when it comes to the Canucks, they just don't have They just don't have the goaltending. They just don't have it, and goaltending wins cups. It's the reason why Bobrovsky makes $12 to $13 million a year at this point.
He's the reason that the Florida won that.
Yeah,
100%.
So as someone that's like a hockey novice, like myself and Fish to a lesser degree, I guess, but are there only like a few great goalies in the league at a time, and then a bunch of serviceable guys that kind of interchange out?
Yeah, I would say there's like serviceable goalies for the most part. A lot of goalies make their name in the playoffs too. Like Vancouver had Shelovs that did really well against Edmonton. He kind of made his name, but then when he came into the regular season this year, he didn't do very well. So there's always that kind of stuff happens. But like, yeah, there's like notables like you have Florida's Bobrovsky, you have Vasilevsky in Tampa Bay, Allmark in Ottawa. Like you have these like known quantities because they've actually proven themselves to be really, really good goalies. But the one thing that I really like is like when the playoff season starts and you see some of these goalies that come out of nowhere, and that's so exciting. When Adin Hill just dominated for Vegas, you're like, who is this guy? And you see these guys making this long run in the playoffs. It's just so cool to see. Because I think that goaltending is one of the hardest positions to play. One of the most nerve-wracking ones for sure.
Oh yeah, easily. That I couldn't imagine. I think I played goalie like twice growing up when I played. And I remember getting off the ice and looking at my grandpa and going, I'm never doing that again. Don't you ever, ever put me in the net. I said, put me on the blue line, put me in front of the net, put me anywhere but goaltending. The agility required, the flexibility required. I mean, those guys, you watch them, warm up, and they're doing the splits on the ice in full gear, and you're just baffled. Like, how are you?
Especially now, because back then it was more of like Broder style, where you're on your feet most of the time and you go down when you need to. But now it's all butterfly, which you're just always on your knees kind of type thing and going back and forth. So, yeah.
Well, the mental for that position too, like your team could be killing it, and then you're just have a bad game, and you probably feel like you let your whole entire team and arena down. So that's got to take a toll as well, because you're kind of on an island there.
Yeah, as your goalie, you're on an island for sure. Like you are, because nobody knows how to prep to become a goalie except the goalie itself or goalie himself. But the thing is, like, I know, like not speaking to these guys because I've never spoken to these guys, but like looking at interviews and stuff like that, there are people that are like, whatever happened in the last game, you forget about it. Go to the next one. Because if you have everybody has bad games, right? Mm-hmm. Like when Hellebuck like really, really screwed up last season, like he catastrophically did against, I think it was Colorado that they lost against last year.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and like he is the favorite over, I forgot who Colorado's goalie was at that time. It might be the same one now, and I don't remember who he is. His name is on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot his name now. You got to take that. You either have to forget about it, or you take that as fuel going into the next season. Be like, okay, yeah, I did shit last year, but this year coming forward, I got to do better. And right now, he's proving he is better. Like they are the number one team right now in the NHL.
Oh, okay.
Which is wild to think about.
Not bad.
So it's like a quarterback after he throws a pick. You just got to eliminate that from your mind.
Quarterback is probably the best thing to connect it to, because I feel like a quarterback is also on an island by himself, because he's the only person that can do those things, call plays, throw the ball, like do that kind of type thing, compared to a lot of the other players that are playing around him.
Gotcha. Yeah. So speaking of a quarterback, that leads us into some NFL news. Fish, we just saw a quarterback take a little bit of a pay cut to sign his buddies.
Which one would that be? It's not Danny Dimes, is it? He didn't take a pay cut, did he?
I believe Joe Burrow.
He did take a pay cut last year, actually.
Yes. The news that we all, I mean, not for you for being
shocked.
Being a Ravens fan. This isn't good for you guys, but the Bengals finally used that, what is it, like $8.7 billion that they have just kind of stowed away underneath the mattress. They signed both Chase and Higgins. Chase got 4 years, $161 million, and then Higgins with a casual 4 years, $116 million. I can't help to think that if they didn't just sign those guys last year, they probably would have saved themselves $13-15 million easy per year on both of them. But at least they signed them, which is great for them. They're working out. Supposedly, rumor is they're working out with Trey Hendrickson for that extension as well. But it's a lot of money between three guys. I mean, it's core three, good three. I mean, you'll put up 38 points a game, but then when you got your high school linebackers out there, just, unless they go all defense in the draft, but that's some of the biggest news there. At least they didn't go to Kansas City at all, which we're happy with. So
yeah, thank God.
I saw a graphic that in 2027, those three players are going to be 44% of the entire Bengals cap space.
Yep.
Which there's 50 other guys to pay, by the way, on the active roster.
Players. So, I mean, it seems like they're trying to take the Eagles approach and just stay young and hopefully, get a couple bangers out of those guys. But look, we got the draft coming up here soon. So, obviously, this has been one of the hottest off seasons. A lot of question marks. Why did they go that route? Why did that guy sign there?
Yeah.
I thought this guy was a suitable candidate for the next, 3 to 5 years. So, this draft I think, could be very, very nuts. So I know the three of us will be locked in for all that. So, but if you're a Bengals fan, which most of the listeners are, which is fantastic, you guys locked it in, which is great. Hopefully, you guys draft defense in the draft. Hopefully, you get a couple bangers, unless Howie Roseman pulls, a card out of his, sleeve and snags in somebody. So, but the other unfortunate news, which we all kind of saw coming, the Eagles extended Lane Johnson to 2027. Probably going to be his last year there, which is okay. He's done incredible. But Brandon Graham called a press conference today. He's a long time, 15-year, I think, Eagle.
Yep.
We drafted the guy. He stayed loyal. He's had the excuse me, Zoltowski, please.
Sorry.
You get yourself a little emotional here. Long time, had the locker room for years, is nothing but a great guy. He did announce his retirement in a grand old fashion. We're glad that players, and I'm not Zoltowski, correct me if I'm wrong, but the players that have been in your guys' programs for so long, eventually, right, when you guys, you do the ultimate, right, you win the trophy, and then you're like, okay, sign the book, the end, go ahead and retire right off in the sunset.
Yep. And
then a lot of guys are like, yeah, how about one more year? I'm like, nah, brother, you don't have to, though. Just sign it. I'm glad Brandon Graham finally signed it. He said the end. He had a really cool photo. He brought his cleats from the Super Bowl and his jersey, put it underneath the Rocky statue, tossed his cleats up on the Rocky arm, and took a photo there. So cool. Very commemorable. So he's going to go ahead and ride off in the sun with 2 Super Bowl rings. And a lovely family, and nothing but honor and wisdom and stuff like that. So, but I also kind of feel like it's going to be like a Kelsey thing where he's retired, but he's going to be around the locker room just a little bit to kind of help the young guys. So, I don't know. But that's the NFL news that we got today so far. So, the 2 receiver signings, and then Brandon Graham finally doing the good thing and retiring with 2 Super Bowl rings. So
you gotta retire when you know it's right.
Yep,
absolutely. I don't like players when they just like, you know what, one more, and then you're just like, well, those last couple of years they're pretty shit though. Like you probably should have just let it go, because like you know like a player that you were saying, like he's been in the organization for so long. Right. He's gonna find something in that organization to do at this point.
100%.
It's like the Vince Carter meme. If they don't, I got one more in me. Like 43.
I just saw a clip actually of when he got his last basket and like everyone went nuts, and I'm just like, it was like 2015 or it was a long time. I remember him being prevalent when I was a kid, like playing NBA Showtime on NBC, which was like NBA Jam. For the N64, and using the Raptors because Vince Carter was on there and he could dunk. And I didn't want to use the Lakers. But yeah, you got to retire.
Vince Carter's the one that did the cookie jar. He was the first one.
Yep.
So
I remember that.
All right, but that is our sports news for this podcast. We now have our interview with the streamer, Mr. Beard and the Hair. And I like to do a icebreaker question. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen this yet because I did send you the document. I mean, you were supposed to be on the show last week, but we had so much sports news we had to move you a week. So, and I did my research. You know, I'm not an Elden Ring player, so let me know if I get anything wrong in this scenario.
Okay.
You wake up and you find yourself in the lands between. Did I get that right?
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
You look around. You see nothing but a tall doorway shrouded in a gold-like fog. You walk through the door and notice that you are face to face with the Elden Beast, but you have no weapons. Just as you think all is lost, you hear someone else access that same doorway behind you. It's a different character from a different universe, from a different video game universe. And with them, they have a chest containing a suit of armor and a weapon, also from a different IP. In your perfect world, who do you see come through that door, and what are they bringing you to help slay the Elden Beast together?
Damn, I did not expect that side to go that way.
No, quick question. Did you chat GPT this?
No, no.
100% he did. 100%.
This is very deep.
100%.
How do I break somebody that plays Elden Ring? Let's just throw that in there.
Yeah, right, exactly. Format, please.
Oh, God. Who and from what franchise would I bring into, like, oh my God, I don't know. At this point, this is a tough question. I would say because I grew up on this franchise, maybe I would say throw me the battle rifle from Halo, and let's just do it that way. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Because I remember growing up with Halo. I remember playing Halo 1, Halo 2 LAN parties back in the day, and I still have a soft spot for that.
So I also went in a similar direction. My suit of armor was going to be the Master Chief armor.
Yeah.
With the Mjolnir armor?
With the energy sword. And then,
the energy, yeah.
Oh, you're getting up close and personal.
Yeah, my counterpart is going to be Cal Kestis.
Oh, okay, yeah, from the Jedi games. Yep. That would make sense.
Fallen Order. So
yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
That's a stretch there, man. That's I don't know. You're going.
No, man.
Fallen
I just can't give it the Chat GPT thing. It says
it's
right
not
at the bottom.
Chat GPT.
Upvote if you support this.
Oh my God,
crazy, man. I don't understand.
Fish.
This is an AI-free podcast. Thank you.
Oh, brother, I don't know, Zoltowski. If you got somebody, go ahead and go. I just don't.
All right, I'll take Sora from Kingdom Hearts. As my character.
Wait, does he come with his friends though? With Goofy and everybody?
You got Goofy out there fighting Elden Beast?
Yep. Donald. Just casting spells.
Yeah.
And if he did, that's even better. But I mean, even Sora alone is still strong, especially if we're going in limit form where you don't need your friends to enter it. And he's got all his crazy physical combos. And Elden Beast is weak to physical damage. So that's a big plus right there.
See, I don't know any of this.
Look, I
don't either.
Shadow the Erd Tree. Now that DLC was great. It's Night Rain. When Night Rain comes out, you guys are gonna lose me for like a month and a half because I'm going to just play that game and that game exclusively. Because I played the beta and it was a lot of fun because it was like Dark Souls on crack, where you were just running around like Sonic the Hedgehog, and
it was like Dark Souls put it on like 2.5 speed. That's really what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. With crazy movement, and
you played the beta
characters,
for that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
But for the weapon. So am I like in the game and I've got my own like build based on the levels, or is it like I'm just me?
I mean,
I'm my one
somehow baymaxing myself into the Master Chief armor. So let's just go ahead and say whatever you want to happen will happen.
Okay, so if I'm doing my own build because I'm running a strength build, give me a maxed out greatsword and Havel's armor from Dark Souls 1 because that thing made you unstoppable. And
we're going for Big Bonk.
Big Bonk. Yes.
Big Bonk.
Big Bonk. I love the Big Bonks.
Yeah. Yeah, your big Havel armor, and then you have like a big. I think what Havel has is like a he's got a dragon tooth as his weapon.
Yeah,
one of those. Yeah.
Big old dragon tooth, and you just walk around two-handing that thing, no shield, just bonk.
Yeah.
Harv, while Fish, I see the wheels are turning for Fish there.
I can see the smoke coming out of his ears.
Who's your partner character, Harv?
My partner character, just for chaos. No, yeah, just for chaos. Has anybody played Final Fantasy games here?
I haven't, but
I played 15 because it was like
people play them.
That open world.
Just for chaos purposes, there's a guy named Kefka who's one of the bad guys in Final Fantasy VI. He would be my partner. He's just an evil clown that wants to destroy the world. It's great.
Nice.
And get behind it.
Yeah.
Yep. Get behind that.
100%. My honorable mention was Kirby.
Kirby's a good one too.
Just have him take over the powers of the Elden Beast.
Where you just suck in the Elden Beast and then
suck in the Elden Beast and then jump off the map.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, if there was a map to jump off of.
Yeah, it's flatland, bud. Invisible walls.
Yeah,
you act like you play the game.
Play the game. I would love to watch you play that game. I'll play it with you.
Harv and I have talked about planning something for streaming.
Just let me know what console you get it on. If it's your PS5, we're good. I already got it. If not, it's on sale right now. I'll buy it on PC. It's fine.
It is on sale right now?
What you guys could do is you buy it on PC, get seamless co-op. Everybody can play together.
I've seen that. Ah, God.
Right? You can play the entire game together.
It's tempting. It's tempting. That's I think my least favorite thing about that is the way the co-op works.
Yeah, the co-op is backwards in all From Software games. All Souls games, they're all backwards because you can only summon for like the boss battle. Once the boss battle is gone, or once the boss battle is finished, they get sent their own world, and it's a dumb system that they still have not fixed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but when you get seamless co-op, you invite people to your game, and you can play the entire game together.
And you can even use your horse. That's the worst thing too. Is you're like, if you're like, hey, like help me get to this next boss, and like I remember in Shadow of the Erdtree, right before you go into the castle, like there's just this huge open field, and it was just rough. I'm trying to trudge through that on foot. I'm like, I just want to ride Torrent and get there in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's seamless co-op is one of the best mods that they've done, and you can actually like make the enemies like weaker. You can make them stronger. You can kind of do it the way that you want to do it, and try to kind of put the game the way that you want it. So I'd recommend, if you guys are gonna play on PC, I'd recommend doing that because that's a lot of fun.
Can you guys hear me?
To go through the game.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, everything went black for a second. But
yeah, it did freeze.
Every screen just went black in front of me. I was so confused.
Are we still live? Or?
Yeah, we're still recording. We're good.
Live from all across the U.S. and Canada.
All right, Fish, what's your pick?
Okay. So I think, and I've seen a lot of Elden Rings, I think there's one guy that kind of really perfectly explains it, where he doesn't rock any armor. He's a default skin. He doesn't have any weapons or anything like that. I think my persona, because I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, you guys should see me in Diablo, when I get a piece of armor, I'm reading everything, and the specs don't make any sense to me. So
I've
now I'm
heard
trying
you.
to mesh it. It's bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out of the realm. I'm going to go ahead and go default, right? But my partner in crime, I'm going to have Kratos.
That's a good pick.
That's a good one.
That's a good pick.
That's a good
I'm
one.
going to have him. I figure I'm going to sit in the corner and like have some tea or something, little crumpets maybe, and he's just going to fuck everybody up. So I'm okay with just chilling, yeah?
Are we talking?
And I'll walk out.
Which Kratos are we
Yes,
talking about? Are we talking
which-
about the Kratos that is yelling all the time? That
Greek.
just yells Penelope for no reason, just yells it, and then or do you have the one that's modern day Kratos?
Greek or Norse?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Greek. I'm gonna go Greek.
Greek.
It's a little bit more of a bad aspect then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a little soft spot.
I mean,
he just
he
hated
ripped
the world.
Yeah, he ripped Helios's head off and then used it as an item.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Insane.
Absolutely. If I'm bringing that strength, I don't need any armor. I don't need any weapons. What am I gonna do? I'll throw a rock every once in a while.
Be a
Here,
distraction.
take the aggro. Take the aggro.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so that was a good little. Apparently, Fish thinks it's Chat GPT, but I wrote that myself.
Yeah, thanks,
There's
ChatGPT.
no
That was a
way.
good
So-
icebreaker.
We'll get into some questions about streaming.
Wild.
Harv. So these are
Wild.
pretty much generic questions I've asked all three of the guests so far. You being the third. When did you start streaming, and what initially made you build up the courage to hit the go live button?
Oh God, when did I start streaming? So the streaming thing has been a back and forth thing for me. I've went and taken it more seriously probably around like 3 to 4 years ago at this point. I've been doing it for like 6 or 7, only as in like when I started. So I started my channel with a buddy of mine. We lived together, and we're just like, we just want to do something, just like on the weekends or something. We're just gonna start streaming some games, play some games. We didn't really take it seriously. We just wanted to play games. And once I moved out on my own, I took over the channel, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually do something with this. I'm gonna try to do something with it. And one of the whole reasons why I started streaming, because I'm a very, very introverted person. So I am not a person that likes attention, or I'm not a person that wants to be center of the room or anything like that. But when it came to streaming, I was like, maybe this is a way that I can like try to kind of overcome that a little bit and try to be a little bit more out of my comfort zone, and just, you know, people that come into the chat, just random people, I can just talk to them. And not gonna lie, it was tough at the beginning, but then I just learned to just talk out loud when I started streaming, and that's all I really do now at this point too, is just talk out loud. Now other people are there listening to it. When I first started streaming, nobody was there listening to it. I was just talking out loud. But I think one of the main things, I just wanted to kind of get out of the comfort zone and just try it and see what happened. And I kind of started really, really enjoying it, and it kind of just grew off of that. So yeah, it was more of just trying to like better myself and trying to figure out how I could take the stuff that I'm not comfortable with and try to like be in that position.
That's cool. That's a great answer. That's I never really thought about that outlook of it, kind of overcoming social anxiety a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you started streaming, did you watch any streamers, or did you have any motivators?
I mean, you know this
inspirations?
already, Nardi. You know this already. That I used to watch Tim the Tap Man a
All the
lot
time.
back, like a lot, and I used to watch a lot of his Call of Duty stuff back in the day and stuff. Like I haven't watched much of his stuff now, but I already know like he was a big inspiration when it came to this stuff. There's been a lot of people, honestly, when it came to this. Robo was also somebody that you guys have talked to. He was also an inspiration for me, mainly because like he knows how to like run events. He knows how to kind of have that different kind of atmosphere in his streams, which I love to see. Like his content usually doesn't like it's not my kind of content, but I respect the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
And it always makes me feel better that like, oh my god, this guy's doing something awesome, and it's something that I want to try to replicate or try to do it on my side. But yeah, like when it comes to like main inspiration, those guys. But then I always find like this last couple of years, I met YouTubers, right? And they've kind of thrown a fire under my ass when it came to YouTube content now too this year. And so now I'm making more YouTube videos and stuff like that. And it's really helped kind of shape my content in a whole different way, right? I've started thinking about, like, when I do a stream now, how do I create this into a YouTube video at this point, right? So like, I put out a video. I did like so for people that don't know, I do Elden Ring challenge runs. I do Elden Ring content. So like, I do no death runs, no hit runs. I do challenge runs when it comes to finishing the game with only one weapon. Doing all remembrances. I play bingo, and there's so many different things that I do with this game. And I did like a death's poker run, which is a weapon in the game. And I was like, how do I make this into a video? So like, I did the run, cut it down, put it on YouTube. It did really well, and I was like, okay, this is the cycle that I really want to go into. So I kind of finally found my way that I want to make the content, and just kind of do it that way now, and just see how it goes for the next. Like, I told myself I have a cutoff date, and once I hit that cutoff date, we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go, I know I've tried, and we'll go from there.
What's that cutoff date? You comfortable sharing that?
Well, okay, so I'm 36 right now, right? So my cutoff date would be 40. So I got 4 years. Okay. That's really. But the thing is, like, a lot of people have, like, so the YouTubers that I've talked to and stuff, like, this is what they do, like, this is what they want to do, and like, they put their eggs in this basket, right? I work full time, so I have a day job, right? And so I have to do that plus this, and then plus streaming stuff, and then that kind of stuff, and then I have my own other personal relations and all this other stuff that happens. So it's like, I just feel like my time, I have to like try to figure out my time and my schedule, and sometimes it's just the schedules just don't mix. They just haven't
plan
mixed.
out your whole day or your whole week.
I gotta plan out my entire week
every hour.
Honestly. Yeah, it's just, well, not that granular, but like, at least my week I have to plan out, right? Yeah. I have to know when I want to stream, what days I want to stream, what days can I like go out, go see family and stuff like that. And yeah, most of my family has no idea what I do in my spare time, so like, I don't explain it to them, so they're very confused when I'm like, yeah, I can't come out this weekend. What's wrong? I have other shit. I gotta do other stuff. So yeah.
I'm a little bit similar in that way, especially since we started the podcast. Like, I made some goals at the beginning of the year that I have not even come close to hitting every week. Like, I wanted to just stream 12 hours a week. Well, you know, life happens, work schedules have changed. I'm trying to figure out a way to make everybody happy, including myself. So, and that's, you know, taking time playing games with these guys, taking time with the family, taking time hanging out with the wife. So it's like,
it's a lot to juggle, right? It's a lot to juggle. The one thing I will say when it comes to goals, like even with you guys with the podcast and all that kind of, like, the stuff with your personal stuff, the one thing I've always thought about, if you don't hit your goals, that's fine, but make sure your goals are realistic, right? I learned this very, very late of doing this. It's like, I want to get, one of my goals at some point was like, I want to get monetized, or I want to get partner on Twitch after this year. I did the streaming thing for like a year or two, and I was like, okay, getting partner is so much more fucking harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And I'm sorry that I'm swearing. I don't know if you guys swear.
You're fine.
Let it
go. So like, it's when I went through it and I just saw like how difficult it is to partner. I was like, okay, I need to reevaluate what my goals are now at this point and try to break this down a little bit more, because I looked at it as like, this is way more difficult than I thought it was. I did not think this one through.
Dude, the jump from affiliate to partner is astronomical.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
this is I'm happy when people get affiliate. Yeah, I'm happy when people get affiliate, but really what it comes down to is like, the affiliate is too difficult to get.
Right.
It's the next step. It's the next step.
Yeah, and it's an insane step. It's such a big step, and one stream could throw it off. Like, it's just crazy to. I've seen a couple of people get it that are in the community, so kudos to them. But like, man, that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
People push for it for years, it seems like.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, right? They push it for years and they try to get it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They've also, Twitch has also kind of not really incentivized you to get partner anymore, right? They really haven't really done too much to give you that that push to do it.
Yeah.
So like that also kind of sucks a little bit, but yeah, like my goal this year is try to get monetized on YouTube. That's my sole goal this year, and we'll see what happens. I'm halfway there, so we'll see if we can get that done. But yeah,
it'd be
That's
sick.
awesome. Yeah.
That would be sick. So, sorry, Nard.
No, go
mind
ahead. Go ahead.
So we talked about, you started out on Twitch and now you've also added YouTube into that mix. I know one of the questions we talked to, I think Robo about was, have you dove into the TikTok side of things yet? Like maybe not streaming, but just putting clips on there of videos that you've done, anything at all on that side?
I have. TikTok kind of scares me a little bit, not gonna lie. it's just one of those platforms where like I put clips up there. It's either they die completely or they do really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one clip that I put on there that I did Baldur's Gate. Like I used to play a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 and I used to mod the shit out of the game, and I used to make like mod videos of like the top 5 mods, top 10 mods, whatever kind of mods that came out. And there was one that was like for like hairstyles and stuff like that, and that TikTok blew up. It got like, I think it's at like 40 or 50K views. That's my blowing up, by the way. That's like the way I look at it. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. But those videos that I put there that are like, I think are really good, they get like 500 views. I'm like, all right, well,
TikTok algorithm is very weird. So like me personally and my wife will yell at me. She's like, oh, you laughed. Why didn't you like that video? I don't like anything.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way. I don't like shit on TikTok.
And it just takes you on a wild ride. Yeah. Like I'll go from hockey talk to like something about some books, and then the latest meme. I jump all over the place. And I'm like, that's what TikTok is for me. So, and now that we've mentioned it, do you think, I mean, and I see Tim on there sometimes when I'm scrolling on lunch, or some of these other established streamers are going, they're just adding it to get more and more views. Do you think, as someone, who's not as established, like you've got a small, I don't know how big your guys' community is, but you've got that community that you have. Do you think it would be better for you to wait to really jump into that TikTok side, or still just kind of put stuff out there and just try to get views and maybe get more pushed to your other channels?
It doesn't hurt to throw stuff on there, because you're just casting a wider net, right? When you go Twitch, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, you're just putting a wider net out. The biggest problem when it comes to TikTok here is that you can't get TikTok monetized in Canada. It's not a thing. So what you're really doing is you're just trying to get more people to watch your content and try to drive people from that platform to another platform. That's the best you can do. Because I know in the US you have the Creator Fund and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Canada doesn't have any of that. So
my wife dove into that a little bit, because she did some toy opening video, and I think it's at like 3.1 million views or something. It's just one video, but then like all her other ones like sit, in the thousands or like the low 400s or even, down low. But it's like I said, that's how weird TikTok is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've went through. And like I probably like I don't know what the secret is, and obviously nobody should really know the secret, because that's the whole reason why the algorithm is that way. Because like you have to like, one of the things that I learned also from YouTube is like the algorithm will work in weird ways, but I don't mind it, because then I get to kind of try different things. Like my last 3 or 4 videos have all been kind of different. The way that I've structured them, the way that I've edited them, the way that the different kind of content I've done with them, it's all been kind of different. And then it's just trying to hone into like what you want to do, because like your wife's 4.1 million views compared to like like 600 views. Mm-hmm. You look at that and be like, okay, where did the 4.1 million come from? Sometimes it's just an anomaly. It could just happen that way, right?
She's made the same content and gotten a fraction of it. Like it's just really weird.
Yeah, sometimes it's just an anomaly that just happens.
So we've talked, excuse me. So we've talked a little bit about your content. We've talked about, since I've been watching you, we've seen you do shooting games, streams, seen you do a ton of Souls games. I remember the YouTube channel when it was going over a lot of game reviews, stuff like that. So
yeah.
How has your and this may be a very broad question, but how has your content evolved to you being more comfortable with it?
My content has changed so much. My main thing is like, you gotta find a niche, right? You gotta find a place where you can fit your content into, and just take that niche and just run with it. Because if you're too broad, it's way too hard to even get an audience, right? It's way too hard to get an audience. So finding that one pillar that you're really good at, like Elden Ring was something that I feel like I'm a decent player at, and I could just find that as my niche and just run with it. Because once you find that pillar and you have a lot of people that are watching you and a lot of people that are there for that, then you can start branching out to little other things. And then they'll be like, okay, maybe this is like a person I want to watch play other games. I remember playing, I think it was Neo, which is kind of like a Souls-esque kind of game. And I had it was awesome streams, analytics were great, all that kind of stuff. I changed to like Call of Duty the next week or something, because I just wanted to play like Call of Duty or something. I don't know what it was. I'm just taking an example. Analytics, just complete shit. Right? And it's just like, I was wondering, I was like, what was happening? It's like, yeah, because people that watch that game don't want to watch this at all. They're two completely different genres of things. So I was like, okay, I need to like actually pick something and just stick with it.
Yeah.
And it can be tough, because like if you want to be a variety person, it's tough. Right? Because you don't want to play the same kind of type of game all the time. But it's a good thing that I really like Elden Ring, so that kind of fixes that problem.
You like all the Souls stuff, right? Even Dark Souls 2?
Yeah. You almost had me on that one. Yeah, I mean in the first half. No, yeah, not Dark Souls. Oh god, never playing that game on stream. Never.
No,
500 subs. 500 subs is what I said. Then I'll play it again.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, so I remember back in the day you had, I think it was a Call of Duty stream, and that might be the first stream I was in for you. But no, I've stuck around mostly because the stuff you do in Elden Ring, you just make it look so easy, and I know that's a hard game. Like, I know that's a terribly difficult game that I would never be able to play.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you play the Jedi games, you'll be fine.
I don't
feel
know,
like the Jedi games, like,
I feel like
depending on what difficulty you play, I feel like Jedi games can be more bullshit compared to Elden Ring, depending on what difficulty you play. Depending on what difficulty, but
I feel like the Jedi
I feel like if you can
games
play
are like
those,
Elden Ring on training wheels. It's like,
I don't know. So some of that game can be kind of tough, especially like the new one with like their what was the training area? Not training areas, but like they're like the little arenas that you go into.
Dude, yeah, and like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. In the Jedi Survivor game?
Yeah, the new one where they like you had to like fight two toads together at the same time, or two Rancors at the same time. Like, what?
There was a side mission where I'm fighting two Rancors at the same time. I'm like, this is the most difficult thing I've ever done in this game. Like, why am I doing this side mission to complete this when I could just continue with the story?
Yeah.
Like, do I have to do this? And it entices you with something shiny. Like, you get to that mission. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. It doesn't matter right now.
That was the one thing that made me almost not get the platinum trophy or the 100% trophies for that game.
Really?
Was that? Yeah, I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I ended up finishing it, but like, oh, that was rough.
Well, so it's at an early area too. So you see it at the early area, and you're like, wow, I wonder how I get to that. And then you learn a new movement technique throughout the game, and then you're like, oh, I can finally get to that. And then you go in there, and it's impossible.
Yeah, I have a weird relationship with that game. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. Where I'm just like, I love the world, I love the traversal.
Yeah.
God, I don't like the combat. It was the only thing about it.
And that game sucked for streaming too. It was so demanding.
What game?
Yeah,
Jedi
Survivor. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I tried to stream that game, and every time I moved, it just got choppy. So
yeah, I stopped streaming it after like the first couple days. I stopped streaming it because I was like, there's no way. Like, I have a good computer, and this should not be happening right now.
I think I messaged you. I was like, did you have issues streaming this game, or do I have a setting that's messed up or something?
Yeah. So I remember wanting to talk to you about it, and you're like, I can't. Like, I'm only playing it when I'm streaming, and I can't get it to work. So I remember coming into your stream a couple times, and I'm like, dude, like, what's going on? Like, your shit's choppy as hell.
Mr. Game and Watch out there. So you've been streaming for a while. You've been doing YouTube for a bit. What game specifically? I know what game you've enjoyed streaming the most. What game do you think that you've experienced the most growth with?
Probably any kind of Souls game.
Any kind of Souls game?
Yeah, I would say
Wonderful series.
Yeah, I would say like obviously Elden Ring, because like I have, how many hours do I have in Elden Ring now at this point?
Oh man,
my Steam says 1,800 hours, so I have a lot of hours in Elden Ring.
A lot of hours.
Yeah,
That's a lot of hours.
Again, like at the start of the podcast, or yeah, for people that we run a Discord that does bingo, and like we do rando races. So like we do races. So right now, a big thing in the Discord is like you start in the DLC, you get to level 60, and you have to get some shards inside the game. You have to get 10 of them, and so you're just trying to race and try to find them. And everything is randomized. All items are randomized. All bosses are randomized.
It sounds so much fun.
Yeah, you're just trying to kill as many bosses and trying to get these shards as fast as you can till the end. And it's a 2v2 race, so there's two people on a team, and you have to kind of coordinate how you're gonna get your shards, which route you're gonna take, and stuff like that. And we've turned this game into a competitive game, pretty much. And so that's why I've had so many hours, because I've been doing a lot of that. I've been doing a lot of bingo. So like bingo is like you play Elden Ring, and you have to finish. You have a bingo board of different objectives in Elden Ring, and you have to do those objectives to get as many squares as possible on the board, or get a whole line for a bingo, and then you win. And so it's like that back and forth thing.
Is that done in randomizer or main game, or kind of a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both. It is, so the season that's happened, like this is an actual season, like this is a structured season where we have win-loss records, you have how many squares, you have head-to-head, all that kind of stuff. So like we have a top league called Golden Order League, which are the top players in the Discord, and there's 16 of them that are playing for playoffs right now, which started in a couple weeks. And then we have a Crucible thing, which is like about 26 people that just play waterfall style, where you just play people with the same record. The game it's the base game, but the only thing that's randomized is that weapon classes are randomized within their own weapon classes. So if you open up a chest that has a greatsword in it, it's any greatsword in the game.
Oh.
If you kill something that has a katana that's 100% drop, it's a randomized katana. So it could be any katana in the game. So there's a little bit of RNG aspect to it. But yeah, so that season is happening right now. So we play a lot of that bingo. So because I created the mod for them, so they use that mod. So since I've learned how to mod Elden Ring as well, so they use that, and they run their seasons with that. So this is the reason why I have so many hours in this game.
I'm just seeing another reason to buy this game again, just because it's great. And now I mean, I've seen the randomizer runs on YouTube, on TikTok, on all the different shorts, and they just look, to run in where you think you're gonna fight the first boss, or you come out, it's not the Tree Sentinel, it's Melania, and then you're just like, okay, what do I do?
Like you know where Margit is, right? And you fought Gaius before.
Yeah, I
remember walking into Margit's arena, and I just saw Gaius in front of me, and he just charged. I was like, God fucking damn it! I don't deal with this bullshit now.
Yeah, I platinumed Elden Ring on PS5.
Nice.
I loved that game. I loved playing it with my friends. My buddy and I remember when Dark Souls 3 came out, I took launch day off. We went at midnight, got the game. I brought my Xbox over to his house and we sat there. And he had such shitty internet at the time that we couldn't play co-op, but we just sat there going through the game like side by side.
I love that.
And
amazing.
So we didn't get a chance to play Elden Ring together because he's a musician, so his schedule's all over the place. And I'm just working, Monday through Friday. Yeah. But when Erdtree came out, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, like we need to play through this together." So I would not progress. Like it would be like, "Hey, when we'd schedule it, like, hey, when are you getting on next? Like I want to play this. We need to get through this. This DLC is so brutally fun. It's so brutally hard." And it was a great time. I have a lot of fun memories with Elden Ring.
Yeah, they if you play on PC, I'll have a lot more fun with the randomizer, with seamless co-op and all that kind of stuff. DS3 just brought out their seamless co-op as well, so you can do the entire game like that and seamless co-op.
Already own DS3 on PC too. I got that from
which is perfect then. Yeah. But yeah, so I would say Elden Ring, if you want to see how official this shit is, I want to put a link in this Discord for you, Nardi. In this chat for us.
Okay.
I can't put anything in there. I have to go to your channel, right?
In the
phone.
The Twitch channel? That should work.
Yeah, that's where I have to go.
Yeah. Sorry to be particular.
No, you're fine. You are fine. Let me I gotta remember your there it is. No wait, what's your Twitch again? It's not Nardi. It's just Nardi Arcade.
Nardi's Arcade with an S.
Nardi's Arcade, right? Yeah. I got you. So this is what we created. So if you just go to that link, for people for Fish and Zoltowski as well. If you guys want, this is what I created, or this is what me and this other guy created for this whole league. So we have an entire standings. We have win-loss records. We take all the games. We have YouTube links for them. We have leaderboards as well for the league. The people that do squares the fastest. So this is a bingo league that we're running. And yeah, this is pretty much what we do. There's all the players that are playing. That's for one of the divisions, and we have a second division as well.
Dude, that's sick.
Wow, that's insane.
Because the guy that runs the server wants to make it an esport, and I was like, well, I can try to help as best as I can. We can make a website, we can make a whole leaderboard, we can make incentivize people to go rush squares. We can do this. It's just I
remember popping into your stream when you were making the bingo. A couple times, and I feel like every time I pop in your stream, you're playing Elden Ring or some sort of Souls game, and I would always razz you like, "Oh, is this a new game?"
Yeah,
you playing a new game? It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I play a lot of this game.
So, quick question on this: on the death records, that's how many times the player has died, and then how many times that boss has been killed for the boss deaths, correct?
Yes. So the player deaths is of how many times they've died to that particular boss.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, sick looking.
Yeah. So and then one of our other buddies just wanted to make a pie chart of all the weapons that people use. I was like, if you're gonna do that, you could take care of that, because I am not gonna be able to keep track of that. That is all on you. Yeah. If you look all the way to the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. There's those are all the weapons, and then by type, by weapon name, every time they're looted and stuff. Oh, that's too granular for me. But yeah, the one above it is the death record stuff. So that's for all of the boss that you have to kill for bingo, pretty much. These are all the bosses you gotta kill for, at least for some sort of square in bingo. So if you look at a Gil's we did have one person die to a Gil, so we have 1 out of 20 on that one. But yeah.
No, that's super.
Yeah,
cool.
I see the Godskins just out here cleaning house on players.
Yeah, Yeah, because it's not like the one in Altus, it's the one in the Kaled Tower that they have to kill. And so that one is like
and
uber
that
just
tight arena, and they keep reviving each other. I remember that fight.
no, this is not even that one.
Oh,
it's
not
not
that
even
one?
that one because they don't go that far. This one is like where you
Okay.
restore Radahn's Great Rune, which is a tower, and you have to get
Oh,
to the
yes,
bottom of the
yep,
tower, and there's an apostle down there. And we had this one guy die to it like 7 times in a game, and then he lost the bingo game, and he needed to kill him to win, and he ended up losing the bingo game because he couldn't kill this boss.
Damn.
Yeah,
I did forget that they were in that, because that tower was. I think that's the only tower where you have to like fight enemies to get like a couple of. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've been to the towers. I'm just getting more and more of a reason to play this game again, and it's a problem because there's so many other games I need to play.
Yeah.
Because I just bought Baldur's Gate 3, and I need to play that game.
You're in. Are you playing it on PC or are you playing it on PlayStation?
My buddy let me borrow his account to set it up as my home PS5. So I have it on. I bought it on PC, but I have it on PS5, so I can play it on both.
Okay.
But I'm probably mainly gonna play it on PC.
Yeah, I recommend playing it on PC.
Yeah, I started on PS5, and then I was playing a little bit before while Nardi was getting stuff set up, and I'm like, this is 8,000 times better than playing on a controller.
Yes,
this is how this game was meant to.
Would make my head hurt.
It's not. I mean, it's good for accessibility and everyone being able to play this game, but it's meant to be played on PC, and you can tell.
Yeah. No, I put just a little 150 hours into that game to finish it. It's a long game, but it's so much fun.
So one of the last questions we have for you is more about your community itself. So I've met a lot of great people through your community. One that comes to mind is Athok, Twinkle's Gumdrops. So both of those guys, great dudes. But I asked Robo the same thing. Do you have any wild stories about any crazy viewers that have come into your stream just absolutely popping off, making some horrible comments or something like that? Just anything crazy standing out to you?
I mean, that happens a lot in the thing is, like, I've been streaming for so long that I don't really like a lot of these things. Kind of happen. So I'm not 100% sure, like, to pinpoint anything like that. We've done a lot of cool things, right? Like I think one of the best things is, like, I think in a 24-hour stream we raised like $4,000 to $5,000 for Extra Life, which was awesome. And then awesome. I had to shave my beard on stream as well.
Oh, I remember that.
So then, yeah, Hapro, one of my buddies, came over and he started shaving my beard because of it as well. So, like, that kind of stuff is a lot of fun to do. It's just that the sense of community is awesome. I'm one of those people, like, I have fun getting roasted by people that come into the chat, which is kind of fun. Because, like, I will play games where I like when I play Elden Ring and I die and people start talking shit, it's like, well, I know I can play this at a higher level than probably like 90% of people that play this game.
Right.
I know that. But it's just funny to me when that kind of shit happens. And I run with it too. Like, I run with that kind of stuff. So I don't know when it comes to, like, crazy shit that's happened on my stream, like when people are out of pocket. When that happens, they just get banned anyways. So it's just
just give them the ban.
How it goes. Yeah, I just give them a ban. So
no, we were talking to Robo about that, and he brought up that boring speaking ass guy.
Yeah,
that became a giant meme in his community. So I didn't know if you had anything like that. I wasn't sure.
No, nothing crazy like that. Nothing crazy like that. I mean, there is a person that keeps putting the thick of it in my chat, and I am going to ban him one of these days. So, like, just saying that.
You just said you liked it so much.
Need a big ban hammer for that.
Warning shot. Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy.
God.
Bring the screen to the ring, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It was stuck in my head for like days.
It's catchy.
I was like, it's catchy, but the problem it's bad catchy. It sucks.
All right, and then the last question we have for you, what would you tell someone who's just starting out? You have any advice and what to expect?
My biggest advice of when it comes to content creation in general is find a niche. and stick with it. I know variety sounds very, very exciting, and it seems like you can do whatever you want. The problem when it comes to variety is that the net is so wide that you're not going to catch anything with it, right?
Right.
It's one of those things where like you got to find a part of the internet and just carve yourself a little part of that, and then work your way out. And also when you're making goals, break things down. Like so for my day job, I'm a software engineer, and so when I have a problem, I look at the problem and I break down the problem into little pieces. Do the same thing with your content creation. Like when you want to hit goals, break those goals down. Be like, after this year I want to do this, next year I want to do this, or in 6 months I want to be here, and the next 6 months I want to take it to the next one. I think those are the main things, because I know a lot of people, like especially in the one of the Elden Ring Discord, there's a guy that like he beat all the main boss in Elden Ring blindfolded, and he's making a YouTube video of this, and he's just like, if this YouTube video doesn't, this guy is 19 years old, if this YouTube video doesn't pop off, he's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I might even quit. I was like, bro, you're fucking 19. This isn't life or death for you. You could, if this video doesn't do well, you have so many other ideas that you could do. You could just make something else.
100%.
And it's just, don't put all your eggs in a basket where you're just like, oh my god, to be discouraged. This is not. I know, Nardi, you've also said this on Twitter or even to me. Is like it's just not, like, it's not working things aren't working properly, the streams aren't like going well and that kind of stuff. But like those kind of things just happen. That they just come with the territory, honestly.
Tech stuff sucks.
Yeah.
When tech stuff goes wrong, that's
Yeah.
It's
just part of the growth that you have to kind of go through when it comes to this. Like I was streaming to nobody for like a good, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Like to nobody. I was talking to myself for 4 months.
Right.
And then you just kind of make those little adjustments and stuff, and then your community gets bigger and bigger, and then you go from there.
So I've never seen anyone beat it blindfolded, but I have seen the girl do the DDR pad.
Yeah, she's done that.
And then the one, I don't know if it was the same girl or not, but somebody beat it with some sort of like helmet apparatus thing that read her thoughts or something.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah. That was a different lady. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, the guy that did it blindfolded, he just did he only did the boss battles blindfolded. Like he didn't run through the entire game blindfolded, but he did the boss battles. And we watched some of his footage. Oh, it's. I think he was on Gods, the one that you're talking about, Godskin Duo, where they summon each other. I think it took him, I think, 5 days to beat that.
That's a hard fight right there. Just based on the arena and their stupid bullshit that they do.
Yeah.
Like that themselves are not difficult, but it's all the extra bullshit that comes with it is what makes it hard.
One of the worst fights ever in that game. Yeah.
So when are we gonna see you on a DDR pad?
When I get a place that's fucking
that shit's insane.
Yeah, where I can actually put a DDR pad here. It'd be fun though. I think it'd be pretty fun to do.
I mean,
awesome.
I've seen the drums. I've seen the guitar controllers. I've seen the upside down controllers. The
guy that got a no hit run on a saxophone.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
No,
that's fucking insane. I mean, kudos for being that good at that game. I mean,
it's almost unbelievable.
Just dumbstruck by the fact what just came out of your mouth. I don't want to believe you, but I know that it's true because I know that's how the community goes.
Yeah,
those guys
people just find ways to different ways to play this game. Like it's just because this game is it's such a big video game that you can do so much inside of it, and people just find weird ways and different ways to play it.
Yeah, because I remember when it came out, it blew up. It was the first real Souls game to just take the mainstream in it, because everyone's like, oh, it's George R.R. Martin and he wrote the story, and I'm like, it's still just as cryptic as everything else. I don't understand the story. Like, I gotta light things on fire, and I gotta kill
Good old
things.
George Railroad Martin. When they say like he did things to it, I feel like he just like, here's some character names, and like that was it.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever, I'm good now. Because everything else is still from. Yeah, everything else is still Miyazaki being like, oh, this is you gotta read this item description. You gotta read this item description. This person's here for a reason, and we don't know what it is. And like 20 hours later, and it's like, oh, but there's an Easter egg of why that guy was. It's like they're still doing the same shit that they've been doing for like the last 10 years.
Thank God for people like Vati Vidya.
Yeah,
that dude,
100%.
That dude just helps me understand the games. Like, or it's great background too.
And weirdly, like Elden Ring is probably their most, other than Sekiro, because I don't count that because that's a whole different kind of game. Elden Ring is probably the most upfront game with their story too, compared to all the other ones.
I think Bloodborne's up there too.
Yeah,
Bloodborne's pretty straightforward to follow.
Yeah.
But then like, DS1, DS2, DS3, it's all, hey, read every item ever, and then like keep 17 billion notebooks that links everything together. It's like that meme from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, with
or Charlie's got the board and it's all connected.
Yeah.
Tell me about Pepe Silva.
They kind of messed everything up with DS3, I feel, when they came to that, but we don't need to get into it. But like the whole lore thing got messed up with DS3, I feel. But yeah.
You mean you didn't like DS2?
Okay. DS2.
I want to hear this.
DS2.
I also have thoughts.
Yeah, you were gone last time we brought this up. So.
It's a good game itself. DS2 is a bad Souls game. Okay?
100%.
When you put adaptability as your fucking stat that you need everything for, dumb. Why were you doing this? Why are we doing this? But the more that, like, so since I stream Souls games, a lot of people talk about like a lot of their Souls games that they love and hate and all that kind of stuff. A lot more people like DS2 than DS3, mainly because DS2 tried to do something different. Because DS3 was very, let's just go back to our greatest hits. You know, you go back to like Anor Londo. You hit the nostalgia points and stuff like that. And I respect for people saying that. They can be wrong, but I respect them for saying it. Because DS2 is not a good game when it comes to a Souls game.
Our folks, you heard it here.
With you.
DS2, not a good Souls game.
And why am I fighting like 90 bosses in a Souls game? Why am I fighting a boss of a normal enemy like 6 times? What is happening?
So I remember my buddy doing that because they had the special rings where if you did die and didn't use bonfires, your weapons would become invisible. And he's like, "Hey, I need you to help you do this." So we ran through it and we got to the red dragon right before the ancient dragon. Like it was like the last 3 bosses in the game.
Yeah.
And the hitboxes and all that were kind of wonky in that game too because it was early FromSoft, and early FromSoft had some serious jank.
Oh, DS1. And just look at DS1.
Yeah.
That game was all the hitbox in DS1 are jank.
Horrible. But he died to like he rolled away, had plenty of space, and then his character just died, and I didn't talk to him for like 2 days because he was so pissed off. The
problem with that is like it's either your hitbox was jank or the boss hitbox was jank, or your adaptability fucked you over because the adaptability gives you more iframes when you roll. So like I don't know which one it is. Like, is your game broken or is it my adaptability that's fucked? I don't know.
Such a wild stat.
Yeah.
All right, so for timing wise, we're going to move on to our Who's That Dude game. And usually we do this with NFL players, but Harv, since you're here, we're going to go with hockey players. And this will probably be the last segment of the show just because I don't think we have time to do the draft. We'd like to keep it like an hour 30, hour 40, hour 45. So we just want to make sure we get this in here first. So I'm going to switch scenes. And then the name of this game is Figure Out Who the Dude Is. So each dude, you see a little silhouette there at the bottom. Fish,
I tell you who Dude 4 is right now off rip. I'll tell you who he is.
You probably can.
Do you ask questions? Do I ask questions? Like, is it one of those things?
Yeah, it's like
or
20 questions. It's like a guessing game.
Okay.
Why did it just light up? That was cool.
I don't know why that happened, but that was cool. It happened twice. Hopefully I didn't leak anything.
I feel like you did, but like I can't really tell though.
I may have. All right, dude one. Who wants to make the first guess?
This is where my hockey knowledge has to come into play.
We're testing
Okay.
you.
Okay, have you? Just let me ask a broad question real quick about the whole thing.
There we go.
Have you at least picked notable players, or are we just?
I will tell you this right now. I know all these names.
Okay.
That's a jackass.
So
Okay.
I know all these names, which means they've been around for a while, and they should be notable players because
They've been
I'm a hockey
been around
novice.
for a while. Okay.
Zoltasco, the first one. I mean, I think I know it. Right?
I mean,
by the shape of his head. Yeah.
Oh, here
Go
we
for
go.
it. I mean, start us
No,
off.
no,
Go ahead.
Let Harv start off. He's a hockey guru.
Dude, okay, I'm so bad at these fucking games. Okay.
I
Do I get to ask questions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
ask any
absolutely.
question, and I'll do my
Okay.
best to answer because, like I said, I know nothing about hockey. But I've
That's
got
tough.
their Wikipedia pages pulled up, so let's go.
Do you got the conferences, like the current conferences? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
do you
don't
have this
remember the
stuff on
old
you?
conferences.
If they still play,
Oh, okay.
it's a big hang
I mean,
right there.
this guy is unbelievable.
So
Okay.
first dude.
Does he still play?
He does not still play in the NHL.
Okay.
That's
Are you
as much
serious?
as I know. I don't know if he's playing anywhere else, but he does not play in the NHL anymore.
That's fine. We go with that.
So
Does-
there's guess one.
Okay.
Fish, you want to take it?
Yeah. When did he stop playing in the league?
Scrolling. His last season in the league was 2015-2016 season in the NHL.
And you're telling me you know this guy? You know the name of
I
this
know
guy?
And then he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more seasons in the KHL.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already know who he is.
Who is he?
Damn. Go ahead, Harv.
Pavel Datsuk.
Yep.
It is
Yep.
Pavel
It's the
Datsuk.
Magic Man himself.
Whoa! Look at that.
Oh,
All right, so we got dude one.
I you know what gave it away? It's the structure of his face. That's what
Yep.
gave it away.
He's got
that long face with like the V thing.
Yep.
And I was just like, that looks like Pavel Datsuk for some reason to me.
I did a randomizer site. I'm like, give me 5 hockey players, and it just randomized 5 guys. I'm like, that's a pretty noticeable head shape, so I'm picking him. Yep,
This
Pavel
guy-
Datsuk is the first guy.
Wild fucking player. One of the best hands
Yes.
in the game right here.
Fucking loved watching him play,
Yeah.
man.
For a guy
Loved
that
watching
I
him
don't
play.
I think he was either undrafted or something, or he went in like the 4th or 5th round. But wild player. Him and I think it was him and like Zetterberg were just top players on that team.
You had Zetterberg, Datsuk. You still had
Lidstrom.
Lindstrom was
Lindstrom.
on there.
You got Cronwall at that time too.
Cronwall. I actually was playing 24. And I
Chelios?
just
Hey, you guys catch that?
Yeah.
You guys catch that? Huh?
Chelios?
Oh, look at that. I throw out a Lindstrom and one of these guesses. It might be him.
proud of you.
I played NHL.
Are these all Detroit players?
No, they're not.
No. I can tell you that number 4 played for the Canadians and the Preds. And then this next guy, did he play for like every team in the NHL ever?
Let me scroll down here. Is
He
that your
played for a
first
bunch
guess?
of teams. Did he
Looks like
play
Jeremy
for?
Roenick.
Is that your first guess?
No, it's. Yeah. Did he
He's-
play for a lot of teams?
All right, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. So is it Yager?
So you used one guess. It's Yager.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the hair too. It's the
It's the
mullet.
hair, right?
It's the
Yeah.
mullet.
A lot of hockey players have mullets. Right? I have
No.
no idea.
No.
No,
That was
really.
his thing. That was his
Yeah.
thing.
All right, here's the next dude. You guys ready?
Yeah, okay.
Now, I lied. I don't know who this guy is.
We're chalked.
He came up a lot of times. So.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Because my first thing was like, is that Crosby? Maybe.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was. I was like, it's got to be Sydney, right?
Yeah.
He's got that elongated face, that boxy face. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and his hair kind of looks like, cut.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't know Sidney Crosby?
Nope, Sidney Crosby's not on this list.
Damn.
Confirmed. I don't remember who number 4 and 5 are. FYI. Oh, actually, I do because I have them up here. But
yeah, I was gonna say you must have them up.
I have their names. But
does Sammy Kapanen make an appearance?
Kapanen?
No.
Does he still play?
I think it's your turn. No, he's not playing anymore. Okay. He stopped playing a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Like how long? Like when was the last time he played in the league?
His last playing season in the NHL was 1998.
So 1998.
We were all live then. Just saying. So the fish has question
that
2.
Is true. That
4.
Is true. Yeah.
Zoltowski, your turn.
I can't wait to do a baseball one and shaft you guys.
Oh, we're so screwed. What was the last team you played for?
New York Rangers.
Oh, I think I know.
Shoot.
One second. I am making sure.
There's no Googling here. Just kidding.
Never mind, it's not him. I was thinking Mark Messier, but that's not him. Mark Messier is also bald, so that wouldn't make any sense.
It's also your. I think it's your guess.
Yeah. You said New York Rangers, right?
New York Rangers, 97-98.
97-98. God. I was stolen jersey those days.
I'll give you a hint. From 83 to 98, he played on 3 teams, all in the state of New York.
So Islanders, Rangers,
the Jets,
Buffalo,
Sabres.
Yeah, yep. Buffalo is in New York. I always forget that. I don't know why.
It's up there.
What position did he play?
Oh, Jesus, Harv. Hold on. Center. He snapped the ball to the quarterback.
Oh my God.
Told you play with the Jets.
Or he posted up down low. One of the two. I don't know.
I don't know the Rangers that much. That's the problem.
People love silence.
I don't either.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm trying to think.
You couldn't throw like an Ovechkin in this at all? Like just, an easy one? We got to throw something. I do baseball. 1920s. You guys have fun with that.
Fish, it's your guess. I think. I don't know.
Oh, it's my guess? Okay, no, boys. What do we... What's his background? Is he like Russian or Ukrainian? Like, where's he from?
American born.
American born.
Born in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. As Missouri people call Missouri, apparently.
Yeah.
I got no guess.
Although he was born in St. Louis, he grew up in Waterford, Michigan. His family moved to the Detroit area in 1972.
There's only some players that because I'm trying to. Was he on? Sorry, I don't know if it's my guess or not.
Just go for
it. Take it away.
Just go for it. I have no idea who this is.
The 1994 Rangers when they won the Cup.
Let me see. He was on the Sabres in 1994.
Fuck, okay.
He was on the Rangers for only his last year.
Only his last year.
You guys just want to GG go next this one?
Yeah, I don't know who this is.
He was in 5 All-Star games, 88, 89.
So what is it?
I have one guess on this.
Well, let's see if you can pull it out.
Brian Leach.
It's not Brian Leach.
Damn. Okay, that's all I got.
It is a gentleman named Pat LaFontaine.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah, LaFontaine. That.
So he was a good jet center.
Yeah.
Really was.
I hate you. All right, next dude. This guy, I believe, is a current player.
I need a little bit more than just I believe. Is it? Yes,
Yeah,
he's
Let
a
me,
good player
let me,
now.
let me vet it.
I
real
believe
quick.
he still plays.
Let me vet it. Give me a second.
He's the water boy now, but he did play. He plays every once in a while.
So he only played 2 games in the 2023-2024 season.
Only played 2 games?
2 games.
Who I think it is then.
Oh, never mind. He played 51 games.
Alright, we need some fact checking here. All right.
It was between 2 different teams.
I can see how 2 and 51 are interchangeable. Definitely can see.
They
how
have
that,
them listed
that
at
over-
different
Jesus.
Nope.
levels, man.
He's a current player.
Go ahead, Zoltowski. Yeah. So he believes he's the current player.
I think he's a current player. Although
Oh,
there's
like
nothing
crap
for
that.
2024,
like
2025 on here.
Then he's not a current. Okay, it could be wrong.
I'm
Could
just
be in the
letting
minors.
you know.
Could be in the minors. Could be in the minors. What position does he play? He defenseman?
He is a left wing.
Okay.
And he shoots left.
He shoots left. Okay.
Also, get this. This is not planned. From St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh God. There's so many of them.
I
He's
think you
American
guys-
born as
I
well.
think you guys have
American
used
born.
2 guesses there.
What was the last team that he played for?
The last team he played for was the Boston
That you-
Bruins.
Is that you believe it?
It's the
Okay,
Boston
is
Bruins.
this okay? And he hasn't played this season. Then you said.
They don't have anything for 2024, 2025.
We got hurt last season at the end.
Yeah.
So his
And
left
he was-
winger.
Yes, he's playing currently on the Blackhawks.
Oh, he's on the Blackhawks now.
Oh.
It must be recent news, right? Just traded. They just trade him.
Current left winger.
This guy's a clown.
Okay.
Listen, Fish, it's not on the Wikipedia, okay? This is
I
this
just
is
do a
my.
Google search.
I just
I'm gonna
did
say, oh wait, he played on the Expos, by the way. Have fun with that.
the Expos.
This is gonna bother me. 'Cause I remember.
So
You said,
He's
you
a
said he's
Blackhawk
left
left
wing?
winger. Shoots lefty.
Shoots lefty.
Shoots lefty, Blackhawk, left winger.
I feel like he's got a big ass beard, but that could be wrong. I don't know. That's fucking so weird. Okay.
He's got a beard. I don't know if it's a big ass beard, but he's got a beard.
So he just went to the Blackhawks this year. Then you're saying,
Correct.
and he used to be on Boston.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I can think about is Tyler Bertuzzi.
It's not him. He's played on a lot of teams. He's played for.
Yeah, he's Canadian born.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Canadian because his brother played. They both played for the Wings.
He's played for the Anaheim Ducks. The
Oh, I know who he is.
Edmonton
Okay,
Oilers.
it's Patrick Maroon.
It's Patrick Maroon.
Yeah. He
Patrick Maroon.
yeah, I know him from Anaheim.
Okay.
He used to be a big player on Anaheim.
And then
The-
the last and final.
The silhouette and name had me thinking it was PK because I was like, oh, he knows this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, would have been a good one. Feel like it's a missed opportunity there.
He could have been a good one. All right,
Unless this is PK.
this
Unless
last
this is
guy.
PK.
Anybody got any guesses?
Okay. Does he still play? To your knowledge?
Yeah,
Yeah, you believe unless he got traded a couple minutes ago, you let us know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Trade deadline?
trade
His-
deadline's gone.
His last season was in 2022.
Last season was 2022. So he's a recent one.
What position did he play?
He played defense.
Ooh, okay. 2022 defenseman.
This is really
play
hard
on the
vertical monitor, by the way. There's a lot of.
You play on the Eastern Conference? Last current in the Eastern
Conference.
Yeah,
Yeah, most recent conference was Eastern Conference.
And he's defensive. He's defense.
Correct.
I mean, Zoltowski, does he look like he's 6'8" as a Chara?
Oh, I've not been doing my job. You guys have asked like 3 questions. Not doing my job doing the tallies. I'm very worried about the
No,
source material.
because Chara had a really, really, really long head.
Did he?
He was just huge.
Like a horse,
It's not-
but like a giraffe.
It's not
Dude,
Like
Chara.
a horse head on giraffe body. It's like a giraffe.
It's not Chara.
Did he play for more than one team during his career?
Yes, he did. He played for 3 teams in the NHL.
Who did he play for his last season?
New Jersey Devils.
For the Devils.
This Harv's bread and butter right here.
With bread and butter.
In 2022, the only person that I remember retiring, I want to say Bernier was like the last one.
It's not
But
Bernier.
the name, that name is way too short for that.
Never know. I could have just shortened the font or something.
Nah, no way.
Is he Canadian?
He's Canadian.
Okay, yeah. Well, you guys already said his name.
Is it PK?
It's
Yeah.
PK.
Okay.
No shit. Oh, dude, I'm so mad. We didn't have to waste 8 questions. Oh,
He looks
man.
so
It's
different now
PK.
than he does in that picture.
God, I always forget that he went to the Devils.
Yeah, because I
he
just
was
remember
there for,
him
He was there for like a year or two, wasn't he?
It says 3.
because he was
3 years?
mainly.
Yep.
I remember him on the Canadians, and
Canadians,
then
Predators, Devils.
he got traded to Nashville because he was on the
Devils.
cover
Yeah.
Classic sign.
on 19 in the Preds jersey.
But yeah,
That's where they went to the finals too.
good game, Harv. Good game, boys.
Yeah.
That was good. Nice. Thank God
that's
for you,
good.
Joe.
Yeah, I would have been lost. I would be like, Zetterberg the entire time.
Is it Zetterberg?
My
Is it
hockey
Zetterov?
knowledge is limited
Does it
to
end in ov?
like 20 NHL 2015. I played the heck out of that game, and I never played an NHL game since.
Trying to get you to buy 25
I know, I'm
and
never gonna
just come
play
get
it.
waxed. Just come get waxed in it like once or twice.
I bought Madden 25 and I bought NCAA 25. I've played NCAA I've played 7 games, I think. I just never play the game.
I'm always down to play that with you.
I know, but we're playing something else all the time. So, all right, boys.
Sports games are tough.
They are tough.
I try I remember playing NHL a lot back in the day, but then it was either that or FIFA were the 2 games that I used to play a lot.
FIFA's so fun.
A
There
lot
was
of FIFA.
there was a streak where us 3 would rotate between playing each other, and was it 23, right?
Yeah.
And then 24 came out, and I bought it so we could keep playing, and we did. We played a ton of that game.
It was
That was
really
a good time.
It was really Fish beating Zoltowski and I. It was the
It was
experience
a lot
of
of
FIFA
fun.
there.
I had a lot of
And
fun.
me beating you. Don't forget.
I don't know about that.
I remember the last match we played. I think you went up 1-0, and you're like, "Oh, maybe I'll beat you this time." Was it 5-1? I think was the final score.
It's like a dad with his
My
son.
man- my
Dad,
man
look, I
already-
scored.
My man was
Oh,
already
yeah?
going to the locker room winning before he said that.
Listen here, son.
Looked over at Zoltowski's camera. He looked like that LeBron meme where he's looking at the top of his eyes. I'm like, okay, here we go.
It's like the Michael Jordan thing where you just give me an excuse. Just give me an excuse to win.
Give me a reason.
Yeah, I took that personal.
Yeah, and I took that personal.
I took that personal.
All right, boys, good show. Harv, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Harv.
Oh, thank you
Yes,
for having
thank
me.
you.
I
We had a lot of
appreciate it.
fun.
I haven't done a podcast in a little bit, so it's good to get that back into the rotation again. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And you're welcome to come on anytime. So
Yeah, absolutely.
especially maybe when hockey playoffs start revamping up again, we'll have you back on.
We're almost there, man. We got
So
another
close.
14 games left. 15
Yep.
We're getting
games
close.
left.
We're getting close. And we appreciate you being flexible because we definitely wanted Zoltowski to be on the show because he's the hockey guy. So,
Oh yeah. Hey, the more people that like hockey, the better it is. Because I feel like in the States, hockey's not a big thing compared to the NFL, compared to the NBA. Here it's like one of the biggest. It is the biggest sport here. So like it's good to see it kind of being a little bit, because like after the Four Nations Cup, I was hoping it was going to get bigger in the States, because that was a huge thing.
Yeah,
And
I think
really
that and the Stadium Series and then like the Winter Classics too. I think those are helping it gain popularity.
Yeah.
So here's hoping it takes off. I mean, but then again, too, tickets are cheap, so it's not that expensive to go because it's not that popular.
If I want to go to a Vancouver, even Vancouver sucks ass. Like they're in last place or they're in like whatever they are, it still costs me like $200 to go to a game.
Ooh,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think the most expensive game I've seen is, because I was looking at other tickets for the Capitals game, like when they're playing the Capitals, but tickets last night. I know it's a Monday night game too, so it's a little bit of that oddball. I know it's St. Patty's Day. I think uppers were like $7 or $8.
Oh my god!
Like on TickPick. Yeah.
God, the cheapest I've ever seen a ticket for Vancouver is like probably $110 maybe. That's probably the cheapest I've seen them.
Jeez.
And that's like upper bowl, up at the top. Like
Still good seats. I mean,
still good
you can
seats.
see
I mean, when it
everything.
comes to hockey, mostly every seat is a good seat if you look at it.
Listen, this is a controversial take. It's cool to sit on the glass. I hate sitting on the. I'm going to the game to watch the game. I can't really see.
No. The most ideal for me is like, if I'm going to be center ice, I want to be up more in the center ice. Like I want to be like the
20 rows up.
The 20 rows up there, not like closer to the thing, because I want to see the wide view of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't want them checking in front of you. Pushing.
No, it's cool. It's an experience, but like I want to go to watch the game. I'm gonna be locked on the ice, and I'm gonna listen to. I want to be able to hear them talk shit to each other. And I want to hear all the sound. Like you can hear it too. That's the great thing, is you can hear all the talk. You can hear the ice. You can hear the sticks clacking together. It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so Harv, tell people where they can find you.
Beard and the Hair, pretty much everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. It's just Beard and the Hair. I trying to stream a little bit more this week. I just started a new job, so my streaming schedule was a little bit out of the way last week. But this week, I'm gonna get back into having a schedule, YouTube videos. Trying to do every couple of weeks for a YouTube video, that kind of type thing. So yeah, Beard and the Hair, pretty much everywhere.
Love it.
Awesome. Yeah.
Getting all the follows from me.
I appreciate it.
And then if everybody could just do a little thumbs up here. This is how we do our thumbnails, so thumbnail face. All right, dude, we appreciate you coming on. Everybody, thanks for listening to the show. We appreciate it. And always say GG, and thanks for being a gent. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.